It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Monday, the 15th of July. I'm Michael Groff. Showers and thunderstorms made their way into the valley last night, and most of the area saw its first real appreciable rain we've had in quite some time, and the first appreciable monsoon-related rain we have had probably since the 2022 season. Yes, we actually had more rain last night officially than we had the entirety of last monsoon season. That's unbelievable. Now, the forecast for today, similar to yesterday in some regard, we do expect showers and storms to develop over the higher terrain. The question is, will we see any of those getting into the lower deserts today? We'll talk about that and the forecast for the rest of the week, this weekend, and of course, temperatures too, getting into all of it as we dive on in. First, the almanac from yesterday. 109 degrees was the afternoon high. 84 was the low. That occurred last evening with those storms and, of course, that blowing dust, too. That was quite a duster that we had as well, with visibilities down to a quarter of a mile in spots. There it is, 33/100ths of an inch of rain officially at Sky Harbor. We're still ahead on rainfall for the year. 107 and 85 are the averages for this time of year. And let's take a look at how the month of July is progressing in terms of our record pace here. And because of yesterday, now we're just a little off of that all-time record pace for this month, but still, this is squarely the second hottest July on record right now anyway. 102.5 the mean temperature for the month. The average high, 113.9. Average low is 91. And so it is still very, very toasty this month. We have established plenty of records. And there may be some more before it's all said and done. Looking outside right now, here at 11:10 a.m. By the way, we're looking up at Flagstaff on this shot here. That's what's going on at Flagstaff right now. They're beautiful. They've got temperatures in the low 80s. We're sitting at 97 degrees, dew point 63. Humidity is at 33%. Wind from the southwest at 10. Barometer is falling. The upper level weather pattern across the nation right now features a ridge here across the southwest, sitting roughly to the north of us across the Four Corners, Utah, Colorado. Easterly flows, so showers and storms that develop over the higher terrain will make their way toward the lower deserts. Now, for us in Phoenix and south central Arizona, the atmosphere kind of worked over from last night's storms, so it is a little less likely we'll see storms in here at least this evening. But everything is looking favorable for a stronger complex of storms, an MCS, to form across northwest Mexico and maybe move into southern Arizona overnight tonight and into the early morning hours on Tuesday. We'll just have to see. Watch warning map. We've got a severe thunderstorm watch over parts of Pennsylvania and western New York. Heat advisories and excessive heat warnings over a good chunk of the nation's midsection and into the southeast U.S. Here in Arizona, things right now pretty quiet, although the Weather Service may issue an excessive heat watch for later this week, really depending on these temperatures and humidity levels and how close we get to that excessive heat criteria. The convective outlook for today, we've got the enhanced risk of severe storms, level 3 out of 5 from eastern Iowa, the Quad Cities over towards Chicago, Kenosha near Milwaukee, and into parts of Indiana and Michigan near Muskegon. The standard slight risk elsewhere. The broader severe weather risk really extending from parts of Colorado and Wyoming east all the way to the Atlantic coast. In Arizona, we've got a marginal risk, that level 1 out of 5. The areas in the darker green across east central and southeast Arizona, just infringing upon the valley. And so the greatest threat from any storms in that area in the darker green would be strong, gusty winds, just like we saw yesterday. And of course, for a storm to be severe, you need winds 58 miles per hour in speed, whether by gust or sustained wind, or hail reaching the ground that's 1 inch in diameter or greater. And yes, we could see some severe storms again today, just like we saw yesterday. I just think the coverage here in south central Arizona, particularly the Phoenix area, probably less than yesterday. Here's the precipitation outlook. This is valid through Monday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix, 1/10 of an inch or so. But 1 inch to as much as 2.5 inches over parts of the high country, east central Arizona, and along the southern border, the southeastern part of the state. Monsoon moisture is going to be with us to some degree throughout the forecast period, probably a little less so for the first half of this week and then picking up later this week and this weekend, and things look kind of interesting there. We'll talk about the details of this right now as we explore the models, see what the future may hold. Here we go, the GFS. It is the 12Z run. This is valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. We're looking at troughing over the upper Midwest and across parts of Canada, moving into the western Great Lakes. That's the focus for showers and storms there. We've got ridging out here across the southwest. And so as a result, down at the surface for the rest of the day today, partly cloudy, hot, humid, and widely scattered afternoon and evening showers and storms possible here in the lower deserts. They'll be more scattered over the higher terrain. Yeah, we'll go with high temperatures somewhere between about 104 to 109. Tonight, we'll see a few showers and storms possible, maybe after midnight, actually. That might be our better chance of storms overnight, with lows generally in the low 80s to about 90. And then tomorrow, it's really more the same, partly cloudy, hot, humid, chance of afternoon and evening showers and storms over the higher terrain, a slight chance of storms here in the lower deserts. Highs likely 106 to 111. Wednesday, it's the same forecast. Widely scattered afternoon and evening storms over the higher terrain. Again, thunderstorm coverage tomorrow and Wednesday, probably a little less numerous than what we have seen today or yesterday, but still a few storms are possible, and high temperatures, again, somewhere in that 108 to 112 bracket. As we go to Thursday, moisture may start to increase once more. We see the ridge that's kind of meandering around the southwest, shifting to a position just north of us again. Easterly flow, scattered afternoon and evening showers and storms over the higher terrain, and some of those storms will get into the lower deserts. And again, it's going to be toasty, though. This is a strong ridge. High temperatures anywhere from 108 to 113. It's the almost identical forecast for Friday. Now, as we head into the weekend, there is forecast uncertainty that starts to grow here. The GFS depicts the ridge on Saturday to be centered pretty close to Las Vegas, but a strong ridge at that. Upper heights pretty close to 597 decameters. So it'll be hot, but the flow aloft around the ridge northeasterly. So with plenty of monsoon moisture still lingering around and maybe a disturbance moving in, that is favorable for showers and storms that develop over the higher terrain, which are expected to be scattered to numerous, to move down into the lower deserts. How much convection develops over the mountains remains to be seen with that ridge in place, but with deeper monsoon moisture around, there's really no reason that we won't see at least scattered, maybe numerous showers and storms, and so those will make their way down here. So the forecast a little bit tricky, but we're going to start bumping the rain chances up because of that favorable northeasterly flow on Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures will still probably be pretty hot with a 597 ridge, but humidity levels and cloud cover may mitigate that heat ever so slightly, and high temperatures will still, even despite that, probably be in the 109 to 114 range. If the air were much drier, I think we would see highs anywhere from 112 to 120. But I think with the deeper moisture around, that's at least looking a little bit better. And again, the chance of some locally heavy rain is possible, especially this weekend, and particularly over the higher terrain. But just about anywhere statewide could get a heavy downpour with these storms because moisture levels are expected to remain elevated. All right, here's a week from today. This is Monday, the 22nd, and the ridge is still out here across the west, but it's drifting further to the west, and that may start to turn the flow more northerly and eventually dry us out, although the GFS hangs on to a lot of moisture around here and shows some sort of upper trough over the nation's midsection. Not sure how I feel about this particular scenario because I believe that in this kind of a synoptic setup, we'd really be drying out and temperatures would still be toasty, although the heights may start to come down a bit. So temperatures may back off a couple of degrees going out 10 days. This is Wednesday, the 24th. And if this is right, you got a ridge out there over the eastern northeast Pacific and kind of more of a disorganized ridge that would try to form and move in from the east eventually. But in this setup, we got a trough over western Canada. And again, the flow aloft would be a little bit more chaotic here. I don't think that's a great setup for showers and storms. But again, widely scattered afternoon and evening storms would be possible. And given a much lighter steering flow, probably I would suspect that any storms could be capable of still producing some locally heavy rain. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix off the GFS ensemble. This goes out through the 29th of the month. Again, rain amounts off the GFS about 2/3 of an inch. That's the ensemble mean. Every member shows measurable rain in here. The European continues to be the less optimistic, the less bullish solution, with precip totals remaining well under 1/4 of an inch. Temperatures off the national blend of models, the bottom line is hot. I mean, we can talk about rain chances, and certainly those will be up. And if we do manage to get more active weather, especially this weekend, those temperatures may be adjusted downward quite a bit. After all, with more clouds and precipitation, we will see somewhat lower temps, but still the presence of strong high pressure should keep temperatures above average for the most part on any given day. And those overnight lows, barring any storms, yes, they will probably be in the 90s, especially in the mid-city, downtown Phoenix, the airport, the center of the urban heat island, Arcadia, Biltmore area, central Phoenix, wherever. You get a little bit away from there. You get out toward the Avondale, Goodyear, Litchfield, Surprise, North Scottsdale, Mesa, East Mesa, those areas. Obviously, they would be a little bit cooler overnight, but still very, very warm temperatures to continue for the most part. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. And if you really like what we do here, then you can click that thanks icon below the video, just like Clayton did the other day, and make those monetary contributions, $2, $5, $589,376. All of it helps in the furtherance of this channel. Or you can donate directly to me via PayPal. Groffshow@gmail.com is the address for that. That is GROFFshow@gmail.com for PayPal. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of SweetChildAZ.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name. It's called Sweet Child Arizona. Talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Check out her blogs, her videos, everything Michelle related, linked up down in the description. I also encourage you to check out our streaming station. It is called KMGX. We play a ton of music, have a lot of fun with that, and that is available 24/7, 365, also linked up in the description. All right, otherwise, you guys, thank you so much for watching. All of your continued support, so greatly appreciated. Please be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there. Enjoy the rain where you can find it, and you guys have yourselves an absolutely tremendous rest of your Monday.